Relax and come on in. We are now starting the AracKnight graphic novel series, Chapter 3. We have done 2 chapters in our graphic novel goal of making a 100-page graphic novel, or technically 96 pages with 4 different covers and possibly some variant covers. We've done a Slave Mary Jane, steel bikini Star Wars style with a frozen Spider-Man. For the Chapter 2 second book, which is done now, well, the script is done. Now we got to start producing the comic book. We have a Slave Leia Sue Storm with a frozen Reed Richards. And for this chapter, Chapter 3, which we start tonight, we'll do pages 1 and 2 tonight. We're going to have a Slave Leia Spider-Gwen, along with a frozen Green Goblin. I don't know what we're doing with Chapter 4 yet. I haven't thought of it yet. We're looking at maybe like a Slave Leia Medusa, or in a frozen Black Bolt, or like a Slave Leia Black Widow, frozen Hawkeye. It's whatever females appear in the Spider-Man series as we read them. I get the idea and I shift it off to the team. Plus, once we actually start getting art pages for the actual, once the our comic book writing project evolves, there'll be more covers. There'll be new variants. So, la-ti-da, la-ti-da, la-ti-da. And then we'll discontinue the other textbook, thereby driving up its volume. All right, so, what happened here? I lost my file. Where's the fucking file? There it is. All right, the AracKnight 3. We have our notes that we didn't use from the second series. We copy-pasted all the notes from chapters 1 and 2 that we didn't use yet. I feel what we do here is we can delve into some really cool detective work now. When we left off in the second novel, basically Spider-Man solved he sabotaged the attempt the Chameleon was making, dressed up as him, to basically sabotage the Mars colony. They fought it out. Peter Parker caught up to him, changed into Spider-Man. They had their big fight, the big reveals, all that crazy bullshit. And, of course, they fought to the death because Spider-Man kind of left them there as the rocket took off. So, basically, they didn't stop the countdown. The countdown went off. Somebody might have moved it up. That's when we're starting to delve into now. Now we'll have our confrontation in this particular chapter with not only Spider-Man and Dr. O, but Spider-Man and Norman Osborn. But we don't want to be so obvious to say, okay, Norman's automatically evil. Do we make him evil in our story? Was he evil and now he's reformed and his personality will switch? So as we delve into our Chapter 3, our 24 pages, we get to have some fun and develop that. We'll also start developing our backstory for the Sinister Six and their role in the building and construction of Empire City. So this is our Spider-Man fan fiction. This is our writing class. Let's get to it. You should have done your homework. Amazing Spider-Man's 55, 56. That's where we start with today. We might get even further, depending on what we mine from these comic books. So let's do it. I've read these a long time ago, and now I go in fresh. Get buff. My allergies are going nuts today. All right. Here's our notes. Let's go over our notes from chapters 1 and 2. Dr. Octopussy could be like Mendel Stromm, whose ideas were taken by Mayor Osborn, who took over Empire City when it seceded, or his father before him something. Dr. O wants to take out Osborn for stealing his ideas and then trying to have him killed after he and his people, which could be the rest of the Sinister Six, and their origins could be tied to the creation of Empire City like Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio, Electro, Kraven, the whole fucking deal. Possibly use the Horn of Atlantis as a goal of the Sinister Six to acquire. I have Jose Varice working on a Horn of Atlantis cover. Indiana Jones and the Horn of Atlantis. His team up with Captain America. I'm having fucking Jose Varice do it. I think I'm going to use it as a really cool giveaway poster when I go to Philippines Comic-Con, or Super Comic-Con Manila. Because the best talents, some of the best talents in Brazil and the Philippines. I'm going out to the Philippines to do some fucking recruiting. We can have the Lizard make a cameo as almost a Killer Croc type of villain again for later on. We can open this. We can open Chapter 3 or even Chapter 4, depending on where it works. Because remember, we left off. The end of Chapter 2 was against Spider-Man Chameleon fight. We get the cool line from like Batman Begins. I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And Spider-Man jumps out as the colony takes off, burning the Chameleon alive, killing him. Spider-Man holds on because he can't get out of the launch tunnel before the thing takes off. So he's literally holding on to the fucking side of the rocket. And he pushes off just as it's about to go into space and fucking falls back to Earth. catches himself, makes a makeshift net, and all is well. We had our last epilogue page where Dr. O, of course, with his Spectre ring, contacts and says, let's get the rest of the 6 together. So he's going to be either attempting to bring his other people back in and maybe Spider-Man kills him or takes him out before then. We don't know until we get to it, but we know in Amazing Spider-Man 55, Spider-Man and Dr. Ock are going to do some fight. So again, we can open this. A Lizard make the cameo as a killer. We can have Dr. O's people working through the sewers. Lurking through the sewers of Empire City. Looking for the super soldier serum. And when they maybe find it or they get their hands on it, that's when they're attacked by the Lizard. But they shouldn't get their hands on it because the Lizard should have taken it already. So Dr. O wants to get the Lizard and harvest it from his fucking blood. Oh, good fucking lord. Oh, I like that. Dr. O. We gotta light this keyboard up 1 second. Here we go. Dr. O wants to capture the Lizard and harvest his blood. Now, if Dr. O fails to get Peter's blood, then he will have the backup plan of the Lizard. We can either open with this shot or close with this shot. But since it's in our head, maybe we do the Lizard. Who the fuck knows? All right. We can have a poster where referencing the Super Soldier Sewing Wheel. We can have a shot of Captain America fighting alongside Indiana Jones. We already did this. So this is in production already, so we can erase this from our notes. I mean, you can use it as a movie poster that he's attached to. That could be fun, too. We can use it, maybe. Okay, he could be holding onto a wall with the fucking movie, Indiana Jones and the Horn of Atlantis, which is a team-up with Captain America. Spider-Man can be booby-trapped and sucked underwater where he will still make a water helmet with his webs. I like that. And with them ignoring the ransom, but tripling up the security, left the rest of the city vulnerable, so he was able to plant his nanobots all over vital parts of the Empire City, which he plans to destroy a la Final Fantasy VII. If any of you ever played Final Fantasy VII, where the evil fucking warlord dude, like fucking, the cities are all in repulseless, and he drops a section of the city, he fucking takes out their hover lifts, fucking just drops the city. I don't know if we want to go that cruel, but you never fucking know. So our novel goes dark as we want. This is our sort of Dark Knight Returns, Osborn stole Dr. O's tech and turned it on him a la Magor the Cruel and the King's Landing Red Keep story. He fucked over all the members of the original Sinister Six. Osborn uses Dr. O's tech to take over Empire City and design his own master project, the Oscorp Station, which essentially is a floating skyscraper a la space station that he can use as both a home, base, and eventually weapon. Now let me show you this. This is my idea. I was looking on Instagram, and I always have those really weird websites and stupid fucking websites that get sucked down in rabbit holes. And I saw this concept design. Yeah, it's here, right here. Okay. Just gotta find the site. Inside History. Is that what it is? Alright, Inside History. Okay, let's do this. But no, I just need the name of the fucking building. Give me 1 second here. Anal Lemma Tower. There we go. Wait till I start typing that in. Anal Tower. Check this fucking thing out. I have this idea for the Oscorp Station. So the idea is he wants to build a skyscraper that does not go out of the ground, but it's harnessed from a meteor in space. And the idea is that it could float. This is literally their concept designs to design like a floating fucking city. Like a floating, look at this. Oh, here it is. A floating skyscraper tower. And so it can literally travel around the fucking world. And I thought of this and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if he was trying to do something like that in fucking New York, in Empire City. The idea of the Baxter Building does it. He could have bought the fucking Baxter Building. Because the Fantastic Four just fucking flew off into goddamn space. He's recently acquired the... Oh, I love it. But you see what we're doing here? with the fucking parachutes. This is his master project. I got this idea saying, flip it around on Instagram, and I just saw this fucking floating goddamn tower, and it fascinated the shit out of me. And the idea, again, it would float around the planet. It could rotate the fucking planet. It would be based in Empire City. It just fascinates the shit out of me. It's a really cool touch to what we want to do with our futuristic kind of city, a different kind of New York. It's called Empire City. That's going to be the Oscorp station. Master project. This is what he stole from Dr. O. His skyscraper version of the fucking Death Star. I love writing comic books. The idea is that it's similar to the plot of Captain America. The leader wants to fucking expose President Ross, but it's a stupid plot because they redirected it and reshot it 400 fucking times. All right, so let's take our notes, like we always do, and we move them to the end of the page. We want to get to the end of class, the end of page 2. So the other thing I was thinking too was I was swimming just now, and I had this idea of we need to get Peter Parker because he's the one taking pictures of Spider-Man and Norman Osborn together, so Peter could read him. We will get into the detective part of our story between Peter and Uncle Ben and his first encounter with Norman Osborn. He will be on assignment with reporter Ned Leeds. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. So do we want to open with the master planner's soldiers lurking around the sewers and getting attacked? It's a good way to open because you don't want to just jump into a scene because the idea is you want to open with something cool. Like kind of that's the James Bond method. You don't just open with the main character doing something that takes away his importance. You want to open with a little bookend. A cool Easter egg for the rest of your universe that you're building. So fuck it, let's open with the goddamn lizard. So let's mine our first comic book and see what we get. Arush. La Roche Hugo. Dr. Ockwin. All right. Spider-Man busts on in. Dr. Octopus got away from him. They brawled, they fought, but now he's going after the master planners. So we have this idea of having these thugs, right? I know we got here, but we'll never get out alive. Okay, so we can have them roving. All right, let's open up. We look. Ugh, goddamn with the. Do. We pan into a long shot, a long overview shot of Empire City from the side with a sort of almost Sim City-like view of its infrastructure. Pan down to see a large network of sewage tunnels with bullet trains running through and alongside each other over a network of waste tunnels. All right. Well, Peter narrate. Peter narrates over the scene. Empire City was a modern modern marvel. Was a modern day marvel. A wonder of architectural achievement, which I learned, which we all learned, was financed by dealing arms to both sides of a civil war. Civil war that broke out in the country that we seceded from. Empire City. Empire City rose almost to the clouds. No, Empire City slowly rose into the heavens as the rest of our former country drowned. I like that. Nice opening. It's dark. It's holy shit. There's some weird shit going on outside this fucking city. Empire City's kind of like Babylon AD, where Vin Diesel had to get that fucking crazy chick inside. Empire City was a modern day marvel, a wonder of architectural achievement, which we all learned was financed by dealing arms to both sides of a civil war. A civil war that broke out in the country that we seceded from. Empire City slowly rose to the heavens as the rest of our former country drowned. In the ashes of fire, we kept ashes of the fire we kept burning. Perhaps whoever this Dr. O was. Does he not know the guy's name is Dr. O now? No, he doesn't know Dr. O yet. Whoever the chameleon. Whoever the chameleon was working for. Empire City slowly rose into the heavens as the rest of our former country drowned in the ashes of the fire we kept burning. Whoever the chameleon was working for, perhaps he was of those one of those ashes. Whoever the chameleon was working for, as a beef, with Empire City. Neither wants to take it down, take it over. Oh, I like it. I like it. Empire City was a modern day marvel, a wonder of architectural achievement, which we all learned was financed by dealing arms to both sides of a civil war. A civil war that broke out in the country that we seceded from. Empire City slowly rose into the heavens as the rest of our former country drowned in the ashes of the fire we kept burning. Whoever the chameleon was working for has a beef with Empire City. And either he wants to take it down or take it over. Right. Pan closer into one of the sewage tunnels where we see a team of two heavily garbed henchmen patrolling stormtrooper types work for Dr. O. They are encased in purple hazmat suits and displaying night vision equipment as well as gas masks and flashlights. Gas masks, flashlights, and stun guns. And large stun guns. And we're basically doing these motherfuckers right here. Sometimes we like to write out the art, then we do the dialogue second. Let's go play around a little bit. Spider-Man's whipping a little ass. Bangs a guy's head into a fucking wall. Punches another guy in the fucking face. I had to understand you were looking for me. That voice, it's him. I knew I'd get him sooner or later. Now remember, that fight last issue, if you did your homework, Aunt May fucking passed out. She cracked didn't she crack like a fucking dish over his fucking head? But that's what she works for as a nanny. The point is, Dr. Rock's been staying with Aunt May. Spider-Man and Dr. Rock get into a fight. Aunt May gets a fucking heart attack or shits her pants or something like that. And he's all pissed. Like, I'm coming for you, you motherfucker. Hidden, you think I'm trying to hide from you, you arrogant fool. You're not important enough to concern me right now. Now we're about to execute the crime of the century. The master planner. He's the masturbator. He taunts him. Spider-Man breaks up the whole... See, this is good. Because this is how we're starting. We're starting with some fucking really cool Game of Thrones fucking zombies jacking the fucking Night's Watch guys. Let's open it like that, motherfucker. They're encased. Not 2. 3. Let's go 3. You know your man loves 3 ways. We are going for the opening of Game of Thrones, Night Watch, patrolling vibe before they were taken out by zombies or White Walkers. I don't have any lines yet. Let's lay out the rest of the scene here. The big splash is going to be that panel 1 showing the infrastructure of the city. You can do panels around it. As a matter of fact, we could give advice. At the end of the day, we like to let the penciler have his fun. Peter narrates over the scene. You can have this panel as the splash with the other panels dotted over it. Your call on the layout. Because we want this to look cool. We want him to do a little SimCity shit. And again, I will send references. We'll get to that part once we're ready to actually draw the fucking thing. We pan closer to the sewage tunnels, where we see a team of 3 heavily garbed patrolling stormtrooper types who work for Dr. O. They're encased in purple hazmat suits and displaying night vision equipment, as well as gas masks, flashlights, and large stun guns. We're going for the opening of Game of Thrones Night Watch patrolling vibe before they were taken out by White Walkers. Peter continues to narrate. We can pan into them talking. God damn it, I keep forgetting that shit. You should not underline these fucking things until the panel is written, and then you underline the fucking thing. Alright, there we go. Closing in on one of the troopers. We see he finds carcass, something that looks like a large rodent. We hear closing on one of the troopers, we see he finds a carcass of something that looks like a large rodent. Scream in the background of one of the troopers. The second trooper's flashlight goes flying as we see a lizard-like man creature spear tackle him into the darkness. We hear his scream. Close up on the last trooper as he lights up his stun gun and opens fire. You know what? The trope would be that the lizard takes out all three of them. But fuck that. That's why we play contrarian like fantasy fucking football. I like this. You know what we're going to fucking do here? The lizard-like creature leaps out of the darkness, looking to pounce onto the last trooper. The trooper, fortunately, hits the lizard dead in the center of his chest. Of its chest. What is it? SFX of the zapping. Of the stun gun. And the groan of the lizard getting hit in the chest. Boosh. Always underline the SFX. SFX. Most of the time the guy knows, but you gotta fucking get it in there. Good. Alright. Hits him dead in the chest. So we have the scene. We have this first page written out. Need a little dialogue. Let's go get it. He's the only one I've never decisively beaten, returning to Dr. Octopus. That's the guy we tried to fight. I wouldn't want to be Doc Ock if he ever finds him. You don't fuck with Aunt May. Spider-Man swings around the city. Maybe he returned to the underwater hideout he used when he called himself the Master Planner. I can't let any chances pass me by, as Spidey is in 31, 32, 33, Sleepy Stand. Not a sign of lights, I struck it again. Spider-Man looks for the underground hit. But remember, they destroyed the underwater hideout. That is where the chameleon went. We showed the chameleon go there in chapter 2. So we have the underwater hideout. We have that in here. We got to do it because it's fun. It's very Dr. No. So it is Dr. O. Perhaps who stole it from who? Dr. O, Dr. No. All right. Colonel Jameson, since you are in charge of security for America's nullifier weapon, they always come up with these stupid fucking weapons. Would you please state your plans? Yes, sir. And as much as we all possess top security clearance, we have to say it all out loud in this important session meeting. So we see Colonel Jameson's brought in here a lot. We can use him somewhere, because again, related to J. Jonah Jameson, we've decided to move the nullifier to the factory of Anthony Stark, where it can receive top protection while final modifications are made. All our precautions being taken to protect our weapon from Spider-Man, as well as Dr. Octopus. So we have a little bit of a meeting here. My father's newspaper, I feel. Now, of course, J. Jonah Jameson is accusing Peter Parker and Spider-Man of being in league, so we're going to have that here, too. We're going to have that here. We're getting to that place. Hang on a second. Or take it over. Peter. Panning close to one of the sewage tunnel. Okay, so we have these troopers are walking now, so now we have Peter still narrating the scene. Or we could pan into these guys. Alright, so here we go. White Walkers. We hear. Unless. Let's do one more Peter exposition, narration. We want to get to some more detective shit here. Or take it over. In order to take over the city, one would have to. Oh, that's right. Remember, Dr. O, we had him, not a carcass. Closing in on one of the troopers, we see he finds a carcass of something that looks like a rodent. The rodent swallowed the nanobot they were tracking. Oh, I like this. I love writing comic books. You can see the glow of the nanobot inside the chest, inside the body of the dead rodent. So Peter narrates, okay, in order to take over the city, one would have to have knowledge, not just what is above, but one would have to, in order to take over the city, one would have knowledge of not just what is scraping the sky. In order to take over the city, in order to take over Empire City, I always refer to it as Empire City. It's like the only city. In order to take over Empire City, one would have to have knowledge. One would one would one would require the knowledge of not just what is scraping the sky. One would require knowledge one would need the knowledge of not what is scraping the sky, but what lies in the pillars beneath. Closing in on one of the troopers, we see he finds a carcass, not yet, but what lies in the pillars beneath, such as a vial containing a super soldier serum, which my parents were killed for. Like it. A murder. A right that I have wrong. Man, that's cheesy. Just end it right there, which my parents were killed for. For what lies in the pillars beneath. In order to take over Empire City, one would need the knowledge of not what is scraping the sky. In order to take over Empire City, one would need the knowledge of not what is scraping the sky, but what lies in the pillars beneath, such as a vial, containing a super soldier serum, which my parents were killed for. Right. Closing in on one of the troopers, we see he finds a carcass of something that looks like a large rodent. The rodent swallowed the nanobot they were tracking. You can see the glow of the nanobot inside the body of the dead rodent. Scream in the background of one of the troopers. SFX of the scream. And the nanobot buzzing. The idea, like, you had Empire Strikes Back where they shot out all those fucking probe droids. Oh, I love that. Here we go. Now we can chime in with Dr. Rowe. Progress report. Trooper 1. Well, Doctor. We found the probe, Doctor. We found the probe, Doctor. But it appears to have been consumed. Consumed by what? Ah! Scream off the stage. Boom. The second trooper's flashlight goes flying as we see a lizard-like man creature spear tackle him. Speak tackle, is that what we wrote? Spear tackle him into the darkness. We hear his scream. SFX of the scream and equipment being crushed. The senses are strong. Trooper 1. We have a hostile, sir. We have a hostile, Doctor. The senses are strong. And whatever that is. The senses are strong, and whatever that is. Bring him to me alive. The senses are strong, and whatever that is. Bring him to me alive. And you shall have fortune. You shall have fortune and glory. We can have a little fun there. We have a hostile, Doctor. The senses are strong, and whatever that is. Bring him to me alive, and you shall have fortune and glory. Close up on the last trooper as he lights up his stun gun and opens fire. SFX of the stun gun. Can you get me a visual? Good try, sir. Nah, that's cheesy. Let this guy be confident. Close up on the last trooper as he lights up his stun gun and opens fire. Can you get me a visual? What are we doing here? Let's play around. Let's go back into our. Let's do some more mining. We need 2 more panels of dialogue here. He looks. The trooper. No, the lizard-like creature said that looking to pounce the last trooper. He looks like a cross between Killer Croc and the Predator. The trooper fortunately hits the lizard dead in the center of its chest. SFX. Okay, can you get me a visual? That's kind of cheesy. Boring. Bring him to me alive, and shall have fortune and glory. Can you get me a visual? Is it human? Or one of those mutants? Can you get me a visual? Is it human? Or one of those mutants? Is it a human degenerate? Or one of those mutants? Can you get me a visual? Is it a human degenerate? Or one of those mutants? I. I. Uh. The lizard-like creature leaps out of the darkness, looking to pounce on the last trooper. He looks like a cross between Killer Croc and the Predator. The trooper fortunately hits the lizard dead in the center of his chest. Do we want that? I mean, he shouldn't be scared. I don't like that. I don't like that. Just, you don't need a line here. He's opening fire. Why would he talk? Can you get me a visual? Is it a human degenerate? Or one of those mutants? Trooper 1. Trooper 1. How does he end? Let's do some mining. By the time anyone learns that I'm here under false credentials, I'll have sent all this information to Dr. Octopus. So we have a spy in the mist. Alright, so Peter's always going to the fucking hospital to go see Aunt May. I love you, Aunt May. You're a real pussy willow. All the damage to the house. All of it. And Mary Jane is in the house, and she's going to come and flirt with Peter a little bit. Going to doze off. There's a big hole in the side of the wall, so now he can't live. Oh, man, this is what we love. So, as you know, I recently did my cover for the new Kickstarter. Is one of these covers that we did, as we did from Evangelion. I was out in Osaka, Japan, and I saw this light, and I fell in love with this sign with the two hot chicks dancing on it. So I had my guy do, I let him pick the first two characters. What I'm going to do is I'm doing a version right now with a girl I met out at the Osaka show, and she's going to give me a similar version with the crazy lights and the sign with Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. So that is going to be, maybe that'll be the cover of Chapter 4. We shall see. So you see how we like to play around and design and decorate. I love to do a lot of Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane art together because just that was my first fucking three-way fantasy. Was that I was always pissed that Peter wasn't banging them both. All right, Dr. Octopus is pissed. He's talking to the fucking spy. He wants the ultimate nullifier. So we have a similar theory. Dr. Octopus wants revenge. He wants to take out fucking Empire City. Or he wants to take over. That's what Peter said. That's how he opened the story. He wants to take it down, or he wants to take it over. Crime of the century. Colonel Jameson. They're bringing out the nullifier. They're bringing it out in a big military convoy. Maybe you should ride in some undercover fucking vehicles. But they can't. So Dr. Octopus comes in and fucks shit up. Breaking cars, breaking necks, breaking back doors, breaking fucking trunks. Look at this shit. What better place than this nearby munitions factory of Tony Stark? Instead of trying to leave the country, we're going to stay and test out our prize. Jameson is in the house. Spiderman was helping, doesn't he? He wants to know Spiderman's in on it. He is the media. And we have Ned Leeds here. So again, you see how it all fucking pans out. When we come into our story, Ned Leeds is going to be going to Oscorp Tower, where they're going to be taking over the Baxter building. I love this. James Jonah Jameson is called Harry Osborn at 3 o'clock in the morning. Harry's pissed off with his crazy hair. Peter is out there at 3 in the morning, swinging through the fucking skies. They're bringing the cars out at 3 in the morning. Dr. Octopus attacks. But here we are. Even as Spidey hurtles towards Long Island, a forbidding truck rumbles to the world-famous factory site of Stark Industries. What if Iron Man is not on duty now? You fool with this nullifier in my possession. No power on earth can thwart my plans. And that is just what I intend to prove by this unexpected little visit. By simply making a few minor adjustments, I can turn this handheld tactical weapon of my own. And you mean you can hold it, use it like a gun? Open the hydraulic roof lift and you'll see. What in blazes is going on there? That's not one of our regular service trucks. Better check it out, Murray, while I call the security office. All right, release the roof lift, and it's high enough. And one of the guards heading this way while another's on his fucking phone. They're always on the goddamn phones. It's a pity there's no sign of Iron Man. Even he must realize how helpless he'd be at a time like this. It's an even greater pity, as all rabid readers of the current Suspense 1996 must know, that the great Golden Gladiator now lies mortally wounded in another section of the sprawling factory after his titanic battle with the Great Gargoyles. You see, I love when they used to do this, because I would run and get the other issue and read the other issue, and now that you have Marvel Digital, you can just pull the fucking thing up. So you can bring Tony Stark into this story. We have Stark Industries in our little universe. You can have the Stark Town. Or you can have Peter in and learn about the abduction of Tony Stark. You can have Norman Osborn behind the motherfucking thing. Our universe is all ours, kid. All right, so the cops. He's going in. Wide range. He's blowing shit up. The tentacles, everything's going down. The nullifier makes me safe from any weapon on Earth. Now at last, beyond the shadow of the doubt. The world is mine! Oh, they're fighting at Stark factories. It's fucking cool as shit. He immobilized the entire factory with his stolen nullifier. Spider-Man comes in. They brawl. The troopers get out. He kicks a little ass. He throws him into a fucking wall. They go. They brawl. Upside down and inside out. You know what it's all about. He squirts a little fucking goo on him. He takes him in. Then he realizes he hits him with the nullifier and zaps his fucking memory. He doesn't realize he's Spider-Man. Dr. Rock says, dude, you work for me. No need to worry about it, my friend. You merely had a little accident. It happened while you were helping me commit the crime of the century. The reason for your custom is you're an arch criminal in the service of Dr. Octopus. I can't remember, but I must believe you. I have no other choice. So he's brainwashed. Spidey joins Dr. Rock. Let's get to that next. Right now, we've got one more line to write. The lizard-like creature leaps out of the darkness, looking to pounce onto the last trooper. He looks like a frostbitten killer croc of the Predator. The trooper fortunately hits the lizard dead in the center of his chest. SFX of the zapping of the stun gun, and the groan of the lizard getting hit in the chest. Immobilized, sir. It looks like a giant reptile. The serum does work, then. The serum does work, then. I need that creature's blood. I need that monster's blood. Stay put and set your gun. Stay put and set your gun to freeze ray. I want him on ice until the rest of the team arrives. Nice. We need a victory for Dr. O. The serum does work then. I need that monster's blood. Stay put and set your gun to freeze ray. I want him on ice until the rest of the team arrives. Bang! Page 1 is fucking done. Now, page 2. We've got our notes. Let's move the notes down to page 3. We've now opened with a fun little thing. 2 troopers got taken the fuck out. And we got him zapped. So the lizard is on his way to Dr. Octopus's underwater lair. So we have that up and in there. And now we will cut our scene to Oscorp Tower. You are. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we cut to an overview of Oscorp Tower, where Peter and Ned are going to interview with Mayor Norman Osborn. All right. The tower is surrounded by several security drones and dirigibles. Oh, God damn it. As well as being blanketed by the neon lights of the towers around in their radius. All right, good. So what we have to mine in the next issue, number 56, Spidey joins Dr. Rock. Disaster. All right. We had Ned Leeds going with him last time. Dr. Rock tells him, dude, you work for me. We can have Dr. Octopus try to recruit Spider-Man. Trap him. We need another booby trap. We got to bring Dr. O into this again. We could save a confrontation. Be on the lookout. Maiden struck escaping from Stark Factory. They see. Should I open the remote door so Spider-Man can tackle him? Why bother? Have you forgotten that I possess the most potent weapon in the world? I mean, he talks to his men. We cut to an overview of Oscorp Tower, where Peter and Ned are going to interview with Mayor Norman Osborn. The tower is surrounded by several security drones and dirigibles, as well as being blanketed. Like this. Wait a second. 1 second. We can have a shot of the Mars colony launching into space. We can have an Easter egg of cosmic storm in the distance and the colony floating towards it. All right. The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course. The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course. And the chameleon what? The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course, and the chameleon was a dark spot The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course, and the chameleon was a dark spot. The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course, and the chameleon was a dark spot beneath. So like that. And the chameleon was a dark spot beneath. It's poetry. They're right. The Mars colony was safely guiding on its course, and the chameleon was a dark spot beneath. So in order to climb, higher in this conspiracy pyramid, this would be a job for Peter Parker. I like that. See a shot of Peter and Ned on the elevator, on the rapidly rising hover elevator, as they look upon the cityscape in the distance from the glass view. Just gonna have a quick little back and forth between Ned and Peter. Something interesting, something that could reveal some story. Have some fun. Let's see if we can find Ned and Peter in this fucking story. Because what we have right now is a good old-fashioned fucking car chase. He's shooting the nullifier. Everybody, it's not working. He's getting fucking pissed. How would you know about anything so technical? I'm wondering the same thing. Can it be I'm some sort of scientist? But why the mask? The secret identity. All right. They're ripping on up the fucking Westchester here to the outskirts. Long hours later, after working halfway through the night, the demonical ex-Atom scientist finally exclaims, see, apparently he broke the nullifier. All I need is a small quantity of isotope 16, which is stored in Fort Tyson, a scant few miles from here. So he spends Spider-Man. If it was so fucking important, he somehow senses his enemy. I'm his enemy, although he can't be certain. All right, he's spider sense. We have to evolve that spider sense over the course of our story. It can't just be a convenient fucking plot device. That's where Isotope 16 is kept under 24-hour guards. He's basically sending Spider-Man out to be his fucking guy. Now, we can use that, but we won't do the amnesia angle. I hate amnesia. I fucking hate amnesia. What we could do is he blackmails Peter. He has Uncle Ben, and he needs him to go get something for him. So again, that's something we could use. Let's put that on our notes. We're mining. We're mining here. Dr. O could kidnap or threaten Uncle Ben. At first, Peter may taunt him, but then Dr. O will show him a shot, a camera, a video of a sniper target on Uncle Ben while he is out grocery shopping. So Peter will have to comply and get something for Dr. O, which either is his blood or something for the lizard. We'll see. Could just be his fucking blood. We go that simple. Ned leads. Glad we finally get to work together. Yeah, glad we finally get to work together, Peter. Glad we finally get to work together, Peter. I've been admiring your pictures. Thank you, Ned. Hoping whatever the mayor has planned. Thank you, Ned. I'm hoping whatever the mayor has planned is worth me tagging along. Thank you, Ned. I'm hoping whatever the mayor has planned is worth me tagging along. It should be. Norman Osborn doesn't do small. I like that. Nice go-between. Glad we finally get to work together, Peter. I've been admiring your pictures. Thank you, Ned. I'm hoping whatever the mayor has planned is worth me tagging along. It should be. Norman Osborn doesn't do small. The elevator reaches Norman's rooftop office and overlook. Alright. Let's play. Nobody's heard from Peter for days. Perhaps Aunt May knows where he is. He was probably jealous of the fuss we made over Flash when he was on furlough. So we got Peter, Ned, and Gwen getting together. Spider-Man joins Dr. Octopus. Mary Jane says, I think that he's fucking Spider-Man. Let's all get together and fucking scissor. But May Parker's not the only worried citizen in town today. Let's listen to an emergency meeting of police and military authorities. Where the fuck is Captain George Stacy? All right. We got Captain George Stacy here. We got Colonel Jameson. We must get that nullifier back at all costs. Our men are stationed at every bridge, highway, and tunnel. Now, with Spider-Man in the picture, our task is doubly difficult. You're overlooking one thing, gentlemen. He may not be trying to leave the city. We've got to catch him here. Your point was well taken, Captain Stacy. Octopus must have known he couldn't leave town. Yes, and he'd have planned accordingly. It was good of you to come out of retirement to attend our meeting, Captain. An old police warhorse like me who couldn't say no, my boy. Phone call for you, Captain Stacy. Gwen, you whore. Peter Parker missing. Thanks, Dad. All right, so let's bring in Commissioner fucking Stacy. We see Mayor Norman Osborn and Commissioner Stacy in across from them. We see Mayor Norman Osborn and Commissioner Stacy across from them. The elevator reaches Norman rooftop office and overlook. We see Mayor Norman Osborn and Commissioner Stacy across from them, having a discussion and going over papers, holographic pictures, and files of what looks like members of the Sinister Six. Sort of like Tony Stark's home office with the holograms. Boom. All right, so we have, is it Peter and fucking Ned talking here? Is it, we don't need to see them get, we see them get to the top of the elevator and they overlook and they get there and they're looking. You can have them walking in on the conversation. The question is, what do we want to do here? So that's, again, we go back and we do some mining. So we get an idea. We do some mining. So Spider-Man is now working for Dr. Octopus. The amnesia angle, which I always hate in a fucking story, just goes too far. He's got to hijack an isotope For Dr. O, we like that idea for later on, but we're not using it right now. All right. So I think we can have, I think what I like here is Peter and Ned continue to chat as they get closer to the mayor and commissioner. So do you think what the boss says is true? Or what? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. JJJ says plan the whole thing. Spider-Man. JJ says he planned the whole thing as an elaborate prank to gain fortune and glory through vile meat. Nah. Fortune and glory, that always just comes up. So you think what the boss says is true? About what? Spider-Man. JJJ says he planned the whole thing as an elaborate prank to scare the city, to hopefully coughing up some money. Peter can answer. Ah, Ned, aren't we all after fortune and glory? I like that. JJJ says he planned the whole thing as an elaborate prank to scare the city into hopefully coughing up some money. Ah, Ned, aren't we all after fortune and glory? Boom. Peter deflects. Peter shakes hands with Mayor Osborne as Ned and the commissioner look on. Norman. Gentlemen, welcome to Oscorp Tower. It's nice to do your own voices. Sometimes it always helps too when you cast the part. It helps you formulate the character. Instead of just writing the generic character, it's kind of fun to say, if I was making this movie, if I was optioned by HBO and I was making this movie, who the fuck would play Norman Osborn? It helps you because you start speaking as that actor and you get an idea in your head that this is what the actor would be doing with this character. You can't do Willem Dafoe because it's been done. I think that's pretty much the only green. You can't do fucking James Franco. So the idea is, who would you want Norman Osborn to be? Would you want him to be like Donald Trump if he was the mayor of, if he ever ran for mayor of New York instead of running for the president, like in the 80s or 90s, if he did that? You know, is he Dick Jones from fucking RoboCop? It's always fun to cast your parts. It helps you characterize the character and really write his dialogue more personal as opposed to just generic bullshit that you're pumping out. As I like to cast. Again, it doesn't have to be the guy. You can fucking negotiations could fall apart and you can get fired 2 weeks before the fucking movie goes into production. Which never works. Peter shakes hands with Mayor Osborne as Ned and the commissioner look on. Gentlemen, welcome to Oscorp Tower. Or just welcome to Oscorp. Some setup, sir. Yes, I know. Your boss was quite insistent That I allow you gentlemen in it. That I allow you gentlemen access. Just remember to get my good side. Nah, that's stupid. Who is Norman Osborn? Is it Michael Douglas? Fuck yes. Norman looks like Michael Douglas as Gordon Gekko in Wall Street. I fucking love goddamn fucking Gordon Gekko. Gentlemen, welcome to Oscorp. This is some setup, sir. Yes, I know. Your boss was quite insistent that I allow you gentlemen access. Plus, I have something I would like to show off. I needed to wait until this recent fiasco with the Mars colony. Wait. Plus, I have something I would like to show off. But I didn't want to wane on the attention of the Mars colony, as well as the recent drama surrounding it. I didn't want I didn't want to wane on the attention of the Mars colony or add more dramatics to the recent situation. This is some setup, sir. Yes, I know. Your boss was quite insistent that I allow you gentlemen access. Plus, I have something I would like to show off. But I didn't want to wane on the attention of the Mars colony or add more dramatics to the recent situation. So Ned, of course, will chime in with a question. Do you think it's over, sir? Do you anticipate any more threats? Norman will gesture to Commissioner Stacy. That's the commissioner's job. Do you think it's over, sir? Do you anticipate any more threats? That's the commissioner's job. Ask the commissioner. Ask the commissioner. Ask the commissioner. So let's read this scene over again. If we like it, Peter shakes hands with Mayor Osborn as Ned and the commissioner look on. Norman looks like Michael Douglas as Gordon Gekko in Wall Street. I love the casting. It's just fucking great character. Gentlemen, welcome to Oscorp. This is some setup, sir. Yes, I know. Your boss was quite insistent that I allow you gentlemen access. Plus, I have something I'd like to show off. But I didn't want to wane on the attention of the Mars colony, or add more dramatics to the recent situation. You think it's over, sir? Do you anticipate any more threats? Ask the commissioner. Close up as Peter, Ned are shown the holographic pictures of mugshots of the suspected sinister 6 villains trying to destroy Empire City. I mean, you can have Harry. Nah, we don't want the Boy King. Do we want Norman Osborn to be the king? The mayor is like the king. Do we want to call the mayor? Fuck it, he's the mayor. We like the mayor. Mayor Gordon Gecko. Close up is Peter and Ned. Peter and Ned. What are those fucking commas? Close up is Peter and Ned are shown the holographic pictures of mugshots of the suspected Sinister Six villains trying to destroy Empire City. Alright. Norman Lear's on in the. That's not Lear's. That's how you spell Lear's. Oh, Lear. Okay, it's 2 E's. Norman Lear's on in the distance. Missioner Stacy. I have theorized. Theorized. We suspect these men, long believed dead. We suspect these men, long believed dead, who have started a cabal. We suspect these men, long believed dead, who have started a cabal dedicated to either draining Empire City or drowning it. Ned's got to ask the questions. Long believed dead. They were the architects of this city, who were believed to have been killed. They were the architects of this city, who were believed to have been killed during the last phase of construction. Due to the amount of damage and lack of due to the amount of damage and lack of access, they were all presumed dead. Norman could chime in from the background. They were not the architects. They were not the architects. They were glorified merchants. Day laborers with a hint of promise. They were the architects of this city, who were believed to have been killed during the last phase of construction. Due to the amount of damage and lack of access, they were all presumed dead. They were all presumed crushed. Crushed and consumed. They were glorified merchants, day laborers with a hint of promise. And I gave them the opportunity. And I gave them the opportunity to be part of something great. Something that not only would be the salvation of our city, the salvation of Empire City, but a step into the future. Day laborers with a hint of promise, and I gave the opportunity to be part of something great. Something that not only would be the salvation of Empire City, but a step into the future. And the salvation of the human race. Something that not only would be the salvation of Empire City, but a step into the future, and the salvation of the human race. No, not the human race. Benefit all of mankind. So Norman can have his complexities. We always like the idea of the villains not just being evil for the sake of evil, because that's boring. I'm just evil for the sake. I never liked Darkseid because it fucking never had any motivation. Why does he want the anti-life equation to just stand around and just bark at his fucking zombies all day? I never liked it. Give me a fucking backstory, you cunt. Anyway, day laborers with a hint of promise. Norman's being a dick, and I gave him the opportunity to be part of something great. Something that not only would be the salvation of Empire City, but a step into the future to benefit all of mankind. Before Peter can get a picture of the mugshots, it is wiped away by Norman, who moves another image into the center of the holographic console. The Mars colony was just the first step. We can even make a joke, Fantastic Four. The Mars colony was just the first steps. I present to you the Oscorp station. We see it is a holographic model of Baxter Company. Bringing that shit into our world. The Mars colony was just the first steps. I present to you the Oscorp station. See, he's going to flip it over in the next page. Tomorrow's class, or the next class, whenever you look at it, Norman will describe how he bought the Baxter building or acquired it and is going to turn it into the first floating skyscraper and orbiting skyscraper. His master project, and Ned and Peter and Commissioner Stacy will turn the discussion back to his trouble with the Sinister Six. There could be a ransom note or cryptic message, even one making a gesture that Norman is like is like a goblin, a monster. Dr. O can even get his revenge in the end when he injects Norman with his version of the tainted serum, which will turn Norman into the Green Goblin in the next story. The AracKnight returns. Oh, I fucking love that shit. Oh god, I love it. That's what we're doing tomorrow. We already set up pages fucking 3 and 4. He's gonna talk about the Oscorp station. Let's finish this fucking issue. See if we get more ideas for notes. Spider-Man's on the wall. He's ripping shit up. He's climbing around. He's still confused. He finds the isotope. He steals the isotope. Beats up the soldiers. He gets shot at. He webs the guns. He slaps him in the face. He crashes through the thing. He swings around. He's got the isotope. What the fuck? Let's get him. J. Jonah Jameson. Betty Brant. Dr. O, you got it, kid. They can't find Peter Parker because he's too busy. He gets cracked in the face. He's pissed off. Spider-Man goes after him. Chokes him in the fucking face. Squeezes him with the tentacles. Like this. Like that. Break your hold. Punch you against the wall. I'm gonna fuck you up. They're gonna take her down. The soldiers are storming in. The master planner's people are captured. The nullifier is taken away. The gas. The hose. He's gotta get to it. No! They hit Dr. O with the nullifier! You can't do this! He gets his memory back. He fucks everybody up. He jumps in. He jumps out. He swings around. Nope, he can't recognize himself. So what did we miss? What happened here? Did they take Dr. O? If the tentacles, the nullifier is causing the drop away from his body. My harness apparatus deactivated. Won't hold my mechanical arms. Oh, so his arms get fucking taken out. So Spider-Man can do that. He can take his arms out when he kills him in the end. Obviously, I'm thinking it's going to be a showdown between Spider-Man and Dr. O at the end of this novel. He's my partner. He does whatever I say. He can beat you without half trying. Dr. Ock wins again. Look, Colonel, it's up to you, Spider-Man. Make your move. He won't fight Jameson's kid. I'm no partner of his. Take Dr. Octopus into custody. Okay, so they hit him with the nullifiers. He's got no fucking strength. His arms don't work. He's a bitch. Spider-Man can't figure out who he is, and in the next issue, he's going to fight fucking Kazar. We don't need to do this until tomorrow, because we finished this fucking page today. Oh, man. I love it. Let's add the fucking lines here. Is that the Baxter building? Norman could say. It was. I like that. The Mars colony was just the first steps. I present to you the Oscorp station. Is that the Baxter building? It was. Oh, great fucking line. Ladies and gentlemen, we're there. Pages 1 and 2 are in the books. Next class we'll do 3 and 4. I hope you enjoyed yourself. May fate and faith decide your fortune if you like it. Buy a textbook, you bastard, or donate to the newest Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, and war. It's midnight. I need some fucking ramen noodles because I'm staying up late. Might be war all over the country tomorrow. What are you going to do?